program started in, we discovered at our last meeting, Kathy here was one of the original students in 2007. And we've had a number of people through over that time. I haven't counted the total number, but it's something like 50 adult people have come through the program learning to play, which is kind of cool. Our newest student is Shelley, who's joining us tonight. And, I understand there might be some people from Scotland here. Is this true? True. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so we meet on a Thursday night and we have story time. Usually there's some stories involved. And then we work on various aspects of learning tunes and working on technique and understanding how the instruments go. And it's kind of a relaxed and fun atmosphere, I think. They might tell you otherwise, but I'm not giving them the mic. Anyway. So we're going to play a few tunes for you tonight, some of them you recognize. The first tune we're going to play is one that's often associated with bagpipes since about 1977, and that is Amazing Grace. The reason it's associated with the pipes is because in 1977, the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards, one of the regiments in the British Army, they have a pipe band that did a recording with a pipes and brass band. And it was actually something like 11 weeks, the #1 hit in the UK. It was #3 in Canada #1 in Canada for a bunch of weeks, and it reached something like 11 on the Billboard chart. So a huge hit, made a ton of money for the regiment, and also a little bit got them in trouble because at the time, it was not the kind of music that the British Army thought should be played on the bagpipe. But, you know, money talks, and so I think in the end they're pretty happy. And now it's played by pipers and everywhere. So we're going to start out with Shelley's nerve-wracking solo of Amazing Grace. So we'll go ahead with that. Shelley is going to sneak out, but before she goes, I thought this might be a fun thing to do. We'll get her to come forward with her instrument and have her tell you about how it works. Yeah, just the pieces. What are the pieces?
So the chapter is what you play on, it's what makes noise. We play on little chanters that are much like recorders, and that's what we practice on. And you get really good at it, and you think, oh, I'm ready to go to the bagpipes. And then you get this thing, and it's like a willful cat that you have to blow up, get the drones going all together, not squeaking. Plus you have a real reed inside that's really tough, and it likes to squeak or not play at all, depending on the day. And
this is not exactly what I was hoping.
This is your experience.
It's an ancient instrument that I...
So, in the chatter, as Shelley pointed out, is this reed that we'll try not to break. And I just wanted you to see what it's about. So it's a double cane reed, yeah, it sits in the top and sounds. So that's the big sound that you hear. And then this thing that she's blown into, a blowpipe, it's got a foot valve at the bottom that keeps the air when you're playing. It keeps the air from going back into your mouth, out of the bag. So it keeps the air. And then these things on her shoulders, they're called drones. And there are 3 of them. There's a bass drone and 2 tenor drones. And each of them is inside them very securely. That's great.
Get a little bit of practice before you...
Yeah, that's good. Back in the day, and still actually some top players and bands play actual cane reeds. These are a composite plastic reed. It's got a little tongue on there that when the air goes over top of it, that little tongue vibrates. And that's what makes the note behind. So part of the deal of getting the pipes going is you tune these drones to the chanter. The chanter is a little lower pitched and maybe cold when it comes out, and so the drones will tune higher to be flatter, make them longer, and then as the reed warms up, the drones tune down, and then you tune the 3 of them together, and then when you have a group, you have to tune the group together. And the bag, yeah, it's just like an airtight bag. Did I do that all right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. It is a frustrating instrument when you first get onto it, but she's doing great, I think. Thank you, Shayne. Okay. Next up, we're going to play a tune that was actually written in the 60s as a folk song called The Shoals of Herring. And the story is that the Scottish folk singer Ewan MacColl went up to all these fishing villages where that way of life was starting to fall away like it did in Newfoundland and so on here, where individual people were not making living fishing the way they used to. And he went and took the stories of the fishers up in those communities and then came down with their actual words and wrote a song out of it called The Shoals of Herring. And this is the melody that goes with that tune, that song. Now there's a group responding to instruction, because I had said, just listen. If you get lost, just listen. They all got lost at that point. But somebody kept playing, and then they all went, oh, there, and jumped back in. It's brilliant. Well done. Excellent. So, a fine example. Okay, so the next tune that they're going to play is a tune that was written in the 1970s by a Scottish piper by the name of Duncan Johnstone. And I was thinking about, in 1979, Duncan Johnstone, who was a very well-known piper, I'm sure you've all heard of him. Duncan Johnstone did a tour of Canada. He rented a motorhome in Victoria or Vancouver, and he and another fellow drove across the country, and they did recitals, and he sold copies of his music book that was out and CDs. They did that right across the country it was in the summer of, I think, or maybe the fall of 1979. One of the recitals that he did was not in Darke Hall, but in the college building next door, in the old recital hall that was on the second floor. Duncan Johnstone did a recital in there in 1979. So it's kind of a cool little connection. Anyway, we learned this tune this term. We're going to play the first half of it 2 times. It has, in piping, what we tend to call, it's in the Gaelic idiom. It's kind of, musical roots are in Gaelic song, and feel free to, sing along if you'd like to as we get going. No words are necessary. Recognize what an uncomfortable thing it is to be an adult and to be playing new music that you're sight reading off the stand. You're doing a great job. Huh? On the far end there, with the smart RCMP tie is Colin, and next to Colin is John, and then we have Kathy, and then Wayne at the end here. And they're going to have... So the last tune we're going to play has a little bit of a story to it. I don't think I can tell you the whole story, can I, John? No, okay, I can't tell you the whole story. But this tune is called Johnny the Bagpiper Graham. That's it, Johnny the Bagpiper Graham. And it's written for Johnny. It was written by me. And the kind of story is that a student of mine several years ago wrote a tune and called it Iain MacDonald. And he saw a copy of it and said, well, why couldn't I have a tune? You got a tune, why couldn't I have a tune? And then he kind of pestered me all fall. And anyway, one night I came up with a tune, and it turned out I think it'd be pretty good, and we called it Johnny because we think he's pretty good too. So we're gonna play that tune, Johnny the Bagpiper Graham. Thanks very much. If you're interested in learning bagpipes, if you want to destroy your sleep patterns or your neighbor's family sleep patterns, or just feel like it's that time in life something really dark has come in and you need something to latch onto. Next term we have a beginner bagpipe class again where you start absolutely fresh and learn all the bad habits after that. And there's a bagpipe studies class where these folks all can play and are just coming to improve their technique and all of that. So while we collect our music and shuffle off the stage, we're going to leave you with Johnny the Bagpiper playing not a bagpipe, but a little flash of Christmas. Thanks very much for your patience, and enjoy the rest of the show.
My name is Adrian Casas. I am the music director of the Regina Community Orchestra. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We're going to start with a small piece that we're going to prepare. Actually, this is a preview for a concert that we have coming up in February that is a winter theme. So here is for you The Guidepost by Franz Schubert. Thank you very much. Before we continue with our program, would it be too horrible to request this set of light to just be dim a little bit? I think some of the musicians are getting a little bit blind and they just see an angel. There we go, yeah, and trust me, I am no angel. Anyway, all right, for the next part of our program, I would like to welcome my wonderful colleague, Ryan Wheeler.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for being here. This is a dark hall indeed. Sorry, I thought of that backstage. I had to do it. Next piece of our program we'll play for you is called Look for the Silver Lining by Jerome Kern. Please enjoy. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. And just before I get off stage here, the piece I will leave you with before we turn it back over to Maestro Agent is "Do You Hear What I Hear?" It's getting a perfect timing in December. Please enjoy. Please welcome back to the stage, Adrian Casas.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you, Ryan, for your wonderful performance. So the next piece, the orchestra loved it, and I loved it the moment I found it on the internet. And the reason we love it is because it's a nice way to tie in. We did a Halloween performance. Our objective with the community orchestra is to bring people, to bring music to those who can't leave their venue. So we often go to care homes, hospitals, community centers, places like that where like the people just can't just, grab and get a ticket and go to the venue. So we bring the music to them. And in this case, we did a wonderful Halloween performance back in October. And we found this piece that ties in perfectly Halloween and Christmas. And it's actually both a Halloween song and a Christmas song. So here is for you from the movie Nightmare Before Christmas. This is Halloween. All right. So now that we bridge from Halloween to Christmas, we're going to start with "This is the most wonderful time of the year." Thank you very much. And to culminate with our program, this is our traditional Regina Community Orchestra wishes for a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. So this is a Christmas festival.
glory.